We have to be very, very realistic as men. Like, if a top tier woman comes into your life, why would she expect well activity?
For a lot of guys, if you know you can't withstand something long term, don't even start.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
That's why like a lot of younger guys, they got it fucked up because it's just like, yo, you dating and you getting involved with stuff for pleasure. Mm-hmm. You need to be falling in love with the process. All right, check this out. Look. All right, so I remember when I used to work at the Italian restaurant, right? Mm-hmm. It would drive me insane when I would see dudes literally look at the check and look at their girl trying to cover them half and half. Nah, it's a real thing. Like, I know it's kind of like taboo in the entrepreneurship world because, you know, typically the people that we hang out with, they might have a little bit more affluent or have more money, but it's a real thing. Like, I see it every day. Like, guys literally asking their girls, can you like split the bill, or oh, you paid for that, I only had a drink, you ordered a margarita, like, what's the vibes with that? Like, what show you feel? How you moving?
So I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not. Every situation is different. So obviously, and also we can't judge from the outside looking in. He might have paid the last 7 bills, and the 8th one was her turn. So on that note, can't judge from the outside looking in. You don't know what situation it is. It's her turn finally. Okay. But also, I think I'm kind of old school with it. I feel like the man's supposed to handle all this stuff.
100%.
Like, that's just how I am. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I never had food paid for me, but 95% of the time, 90% of the time, I'll go ahead and pay the bill. That's just how it is for me.
So you feel that because of like just the environment you come from?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's more so do you feel like it's more so with you? Like, or do you think it's like purely based on environment? Like, you just grew up in that kind of mindset. So, because that had to come from somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's my toxic trait. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like, me personally, I feel like as a man, you're supposed to handle the way. You're supposed to pay. Like, for me, right, I'll pay all the bills, but I'm not going to the supermarket.
I like where you're going with this.
Like, I'm not going to the supermarket. Like, if I have to go, I'm really not feeling it.
So you big on like gender roles almost?
In a subconscious way. It's just like, so like for me, I feel like it's only, you know, X amount of roles in a household. Like, you got bills, all the bills, you know, rent, utilities, cable, all that stuff like that. Mortgage, you got all that stuff. And then you have like cleaning, like, you know, household cleaning, washing clothes and stuff like that. And then you have like cooking, and then you have like going to the market to get stuff. All the other stuff is like really minute, but those are the main things that I realize, you know, in my household. So for me, I feel like you pay all the bills, and y'all go out, you pay for stuff, you go on trips and pay for stuff. Like, I mean, like, there's only cooking and
there's only so much.
There's only cooking. There's only cooking. There's only supermarket, and there's only cleaning and washing clothes. Like, I don't mind cleaning. I don't really mind. That doesn't really bother me. I don't mind cooking. Like, I actually don't mind. I
remember when I saw you could cook. I was
like, I really could cook. Like, I really on some chef stuff. I don't like going to the market though.
I feel that.
So like, I feel like if I don't mind cooking and I don't mind paying all the bills, there's like 2 things left. Like,
I like where you're going with that.
So it's not that it's gender roles. It's like, all right, we threw 5 things on the table. I picked 3, you picked 2.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Like, I like it. It's kind of like you get in where you fit in type of situation. Like, I'm handling this part, you pick up this part. We work as a team.
We throw 5 cards on the table. You pick 2, I pick 3. That's just how I roll. That's how I operate.
That's heavy.
But also, it do come down to how you maneuver in there. So if you don't have no money, So this is my thing. This is my problem I have with women, right? And what I always see, I feel like women, and this is not everybody, obviously, but I feel like women always, not always, but a lot of women put these type of situations on men. Like, hey, look, you got to buy me a Birkin, you got to buy me a Chanel, you got to go ahead and buy me a new car. Like, that man might be 23 years old, 22 years old, 21 years old. How the hell is he going to be? I know grown men.
Figuring it out.
Yeah, I bought cars before, and grown men is like, how the hell you do that, bro? Like, grown women, like, my husband never did that for me. So you expecting something the grown men not doing, based off of TV,
Oh,
based
yeah.
off of Love
Oh,
and Hip Hop,
yeah.
based off of music videos. These dudes making millions and millions and millions of dollars. Like, so I feel like at the end of the day, and it's not for every woman, but a lot of women are putting type of roles on men that, like, realistically, bro making $10 an hour, $15 an hour. How the hell is he gonna be able to pay for every meal, pay for every trip, pay for every bill, pay for everything? So I feel like you gotta get in where you fit in, but I feel like the man should lead with that. But as a woman, she should step in like, all right, bro, like, I know your hand not heavy like that. You should, you know.
That's heavy.
That's my thing.
That it's kind of like a read the room situation.
Yeah, y'all together.
I like that. I like that a lot. I 100% agree with what you said in terms of like how social media has sort of curated the expectations in relationships, right? So it's just like, all right, cool. You might see, and I ain't even trying to plug nobody, but like Dirk in India. You know what I'm saying? You might see like 1,000 roses and a Valentine's Day. Like now women looking at that on Hollywood Unlocked or whatever the case may be, they're looking at like, oh, why can't you do that for me? Like you just said, pockets might not be there.
Same
like
situation.
We might not be there. Like you got to give kudos to a man who's really out there grinding and trying to get it every single day. You know, like, and kind of going back to the 50-50 thing, like I do feel like if you are going to take a woman out on a date, pursue her, chase her, whatever the case may be, you should have the capability to fund it.
Spend that bag, bro.
100%. Or else like, and you got to understand, like a woman who comes from a certain type of living, right? She not going to settle for just bare the minimum. Like if she didn't come from the trenches, why are you trying to bring her there? If she ain't come from, like, why? And we have to be very, very realistic as men. Like, if a top tier woman comes into your life, why would she expect well activity?
The biggest way I want to put it is like, know your lane, bro. If you already see what type of lane she's in, you already see how her situation is, you already see that she's already spending, you know, a lot of money or doing a lot of different things, going on a lot of trips, you know, buying a lot of luxury stuff. And you know you can't contribute to that lane, it might not be your best to go in that lane. You know what I mean? Not to say that you can't pursue her, and you might be cool in the beginning, but eventually she's not going to lower her standards.
Not at all.
To fit you, which can happen. You know, she like you well enough, it can happen. But at the end of the day, it's like this. If you see a woman healing, she just came out of something bad, and she healing. She going through a healing process, and you know you toxic. You know, you got a lot of BS going on. Why would you come in and mess all that up all over again?
A lot of dudes don't be thinking about that.
You see her moving around, already spinning the bag, you know, making a whole lot, doing a lot of different stuff. You trying to come in at knowing you nowhere close to that, and then get mad when she asks you like, all right, yo, I need 10,000. And you like, huh?
Huh?
You knew what you got yourself into? Like, yo, listen, let's go to Fridays. Fridays? I don't eat that by myself. Why would you bring that this way? Look, if you want to step in that weight, you got to bring that.
That's heavy. And it really boils down to like, what are you looking for at a certain point, right? You know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to tie it into like, is it different? Do you feel like the whole 50-50 and the roles and just where you kind of fit in, like you just mentioned, changes as an entrepreneur? Like, all right, you an entrepreneur, your wife doing her own thing or whatever the case may be, like, do you feel you get more privilege, less privilege, you still got to carry a weight, you carry less weight, whatever the case may be? Like, how do you think, and then even when it comes to just dating, like let's go far before even the relationship thing, like, even when it comes to just dating, like, how do you feel as an entrepreneur? Like, do you feel like you're above certain things, below certain things? Like, how does that kind of fit
two
in?
parts. I feel like, one, how you start. I believe this in anything. How you start is how you finish. How you do the small stuff, how you do the big stuff. So if you start out paying all the bills, paying for all the dates, doing all this stuff, you gradually just lead into that when you get to boyfriend, girlfriend, relationship, marriage. It just leads all the way to that. So I feel like for me, since the beginning, I always, you know, paid for stuff. Not to say she never paid for me, but I always was, even if it was 60-40 at the bare minimum, I always did a little bit more, because that's just how I'm programmed. So with that being said, I feel like for a lot of guys, if you know you can't withstand something long term, don't even start it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? If you know you can't withstand, don't go out to eat 5 days in a row because you're trying to impress her, and then next week you like, yo, let's cook, and she like, huh? You got to keep that going. 100%. But then also, like, I think influencers or entrepreneurs that are online, they get wrapped up into other people the same way we get wrapped up in celebrities. Like, for example, you might see this other entrepreneur that's doing real estate. He's a real estate entrepreneur that's on social media. You see him buy a new house. I bought this house for my wife. Sometimes we get caught up like, dang, I got to do that because I'm an influencer too. So for a lot of people on here that's watching, you know, that's social media influence or trying to be there or they start where they at, you got to be mindful of what situation you in and don't get caught up in like,
it really starts with, it really starts with mindfulness. It 100% starts with mindfulness. It's like, all right, cool. If you understand, like, let's back it up even more so, right? Like, if you understand, you trying to, as a man, you're trying to get your own situation together. Why are you going on all these dates with women? Why are you taking out all these women? Why are you having sex with all these women? Like, what are you trying to get your own self situated? Why are you springboarding, doing all these different things? You got your hand in all these different pots. Like, what sense does that make? You need to get your own self situated, which is why a lot of these younger guys, and I'm not even going to put an age on it or whatever the case may be, but a lot of these younger guys, it's self-sabotage. It's literally self-sabotage. Because the thing about it is that how can you realistically focus on educating yourself, focus on a business, focus on school, focus on your job, whatever it is, focus on your family, focus on spirituality when you dating every single day? You're trying to hit everything in sight. What sense does that make?
You got 24 hours in the day. Let's say between 5 to 8 you sleeping, right? So we got to subtract that. Then if you got a job or you handling your business, that's another at minimum 8 hours. Business, you know, that goes more than that. And then let's say you go ahead and have time, travel time, go out and eat food, wash up, all that hours. And then you only got a handful of hours left. And using that to date, using that to, you know, hit something, you using that to go ahead and do all these whole other things like you said, self-sabotage. You literally not growing because you don't got no other time to grow because the last little bit of free time you utilizing, oh, let's link up. Let's go, I got this hotel, let's go there. And you don't even realize that if you dating so many different women, you trying to impress so many different women all at the same time.
You trying to keep it all up in the air.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Nah. That's expensive.
That's expensive. Money-wise,
time-wise, mental energy-wise. Because I remember being 22, 23 years old and like just like almost any other 22, 23-year-old man, you know, I'm out here jigging and jiving, whatever the case may be. And I'm just like, yo, I don't have time to do anything else. I don't have time to get ahead because I'm trying to keep up with Keisha and Nadia and like that. And I look back at it now, I'm just like, yo, that was a waste of time. That was a major waste of time. Like, it sounds cool then because you talking to your boys, you talking to your friends like, oh yeah, I got such and such and such. We doing this and that. But like, you look back on it, if you took a third of that time, a fourth of that time to just put back in your business, learn a hustle, something like that, pick up trading, event space, Airbnb, real estate, whatever it is, just put that extra time towards that, you would have been light years ahead. But because you wanted to dick around and do all this other bullshit, now you looking back at your life like, damn, you know, my friend, he on a yacht right now, he on a jet right now because he focused.
I got another thing too, right? This is gonna hurt a lot of women's feelings, but
sometimes it gotta be said.
No, it's a fact. If you running around, like say you got 2 or 3 girls, right? You running around, you moving around, 3, 4, 5, whatever the number is. But if all of them are nowhere, they at the bottom. I don't say bottom like physically, like looks like mentally, they not on the same page. They not mentally doing nothing. They just waiting for you to call them, take them out, call them, do this. You're literally taking all this energy out of you, not just time, but energy out. But so if you moving around like that, or a guy in general is dating, this is what I tell, you know, my little cousins and stuff like, and other guys. If she don't got her own spot, her own car, or got a job, or on her way to something, leave it alone. Because at the end of the day, she can't really, and it don't have to be all 4, but like something. Otherwise, she can't provide nothing back to you.
Now, are you saying that as a man in his later 20s, or are you saying that just
no,
across
if she's not
the board?
16, if you 16, obviously.
I was like trying to put some
like
perspective.
in your upper 20s, going into 30s and stuff like that. Because you think about it, and then like I said, that own spot and own car, that's, you know, it depends. You know what I'm saying? But she's not, more so, she's not on her way somewhere. That's the moral of the story. She's not situated or trying to be situated, then she's not feeding back into you.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like when women say, it's like when guys bring the reversal. Like, what do you bring to the table? And they'd be like, I am the table.
I'm
Girl, you
I'm
work
Kevin
at
Samuels with it. No,
you work
like,
at Walmart. You
yeah.
gotta like, you don't even have a car. You taking a bus. Like
Yeah.
what is going on? And it's not to shame nobody, but it's the same thing with men.
Yeah.
Like, are you really gonna value me as a man if I'm 26 years old and I don't have anything together?
Yeah.
Like, I'm pulling up with you in an Uber? That's crazy.
But then also, like, imagine you going on 5 dates in 1 week or 3 dates in 1 week, 3 different women. And every date, it wouldn't be as bad if during the date y'all talking about something because she's giving something back to you. You picked her up or you met her there or you paid for the whole date, you organized the whole date. But when y'all got there, she like, yo, listen, I'm working on this $1 million business plan. I'm working on a 6-figure business plan. I'm working on something. Now that conversation, that date turned into more so like half mastermind. So it's like, all right, I'm wasting time a lot dating, but technically I'm getting something out of it. So for guys that, you know, can't control themselves, might be in this position where I'm trying to, you know, baby step my way out of just always dating. Like, at least date somebody that, like, worst case scenario, we're having a situation like, so let's say, for example, let's be real. You meet a girl, y'all have sex, and then y'all start, let's say y'all niggas be pillow talking. Maybe at the end of the night, we sitting there talking, chilling, whatever, right? It wouldn't be as bad if, like, so what you on? Like, what you be trying to do? Like, what's going on? Like, how that's going? And y'all turn it into, well, look, I'm thinking about opening up a daycare. I'm thinking about opening up an event space. I'm thinking about buying a house.
Little segue, actually.
It started turning into like a real conversation leading to something. But y'all talking about like, yeah, man, I'm really trying to get this bag. And it's like, I already spent X amount of time doing, then I'm about to spend X amount of time talking about this. Like, this whole night was kind of like,
chalk.
Yeah, chalk. Like, we got a little fun out, but it was technically chalk.
It was
but
no value.
Yeah, but if you talking or dating people that actually like can give something back mentally or just spark something, then it can actually like it start being worth it.
It's almost that's a fact. It's almost like blissful because it's like you could be talking to a girl, right? And like they always say, like, you know, you come from my looks, but you stay from my mind, right? Like you could. It's so blissful when you meet somebody who's like that you're attracted to. I should say that you're attracted to, right? And then in the midst of the pillow talk, in the midst of the 3 a.m. car convo, it's just like, oh yeah, you know, I'm wrapping up my degree over at such and such. It's just like, oh, it's like icing on the cake almost.
You
because
see what I'm saying?
It's just you gotta have somebody who's on the same path as you, like, and that's why like a lot of younger guys, they got it fucked up because it's just like, yo, you dating and you getting involved with stuff for pleasure. You need to be fall in love with the process because you get somebody who's in love with the process, that person is going to fuel you to get to the next level because there is nothing worse than having somebody who's working in the opposite direction as you. You have somebody working in line with you now. Like they say, you go fast alone, but you go far together. Yeah. You have somebody, even if you just dating or whatever, like, oh shoot, like I was at the conference this week. I meet 2 20-year-olds. They doing $50,000 a month at Airbnb. Married. That's lit. I'm like, what?
Now the dating can turn into that.
100%.
Those deeper conversations
100%.
after sex can turn into marriage with money.
100%.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I believe in killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I try to do it in everything in my life. Getting high. So like in real estate, we try to get highest and best use of the property. I got this thing in me now. I got to do that with every single thing. Highest and best use of this time. Okay, we about to knock out. Blah, 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 blah. All right, I'm talking to whoever, this individual doing business. Okay, look, listen. Let's meet here and talk about this at the same time. And for people that's dating, well, let's try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Let me talk to somebody that's not just attractive, but mentally she's somewhere too. So
they out there.
Yeah, if I'm meeting up, you know, to have sex or whatever, maybe we can talk about some whole other stuff. Think about this. Imagine you talking to 3 different people at one time, 4 different people at one time, 5 different people at one time. And each one of them, you talking to them for 30 minutes or you texting throughout the day. Each conversation not going nowhere. It's like, bro, that's draining the shit out of you. But imagine each person you talking to and one talking about they want to get in the truck and one talking about they want to get in the real estate, one talking about they want to get in the event space. You technically building with them relationship-wise and having 3 different masterminds at the same time. It's like, I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So I'm not telling guys not to date, but at least date something that's that's going to be worth it. You know what I mean?
It's like I'm reading this book called Who Not How. You got to have an impact filter. Once you know exactly what you're looking for, it's much easier to find your who. You know, all right, cool. You know, obviously I'm looking for somebody who's attractive, but I'm also looking for somebody who no pun intended, but a good head on her shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking for somebody who's ambitious and motivated. You see what I'm saying? But you want somebody who's like have somebody who's of a similar mind. And I know that sounds cliche or whatever the case may be, but like you can't just have somebody like for all my young men out there, like you can't just have somebody just for the attraction. Like that's cool every now and then. But at a certain point, you gotta cut it out.
Bro, it ain't doing nothing.
It's not doing nothing. You can have your cake and eat it too. You can have somebody who's attractive and who you can pour into, who's also pouring into you.
Yeah.
You don't gotta pick. You just gotta get into the right environment. How do you get into the right environment? Start attending more masterminds. Start following different people. Don't just follow all the attractive IG models. Follow people who's actually got a business.
It's trying to do something.
You see what I'm saying? But
and then you even realize like a lot of dudes, right? Girls always say, like, how come, you ever see, they made a post on the gram, like, how come girls always catch you, when they catch you cheating, catch you doing something, it's always with the ugly girl, or not as attractive girl. That probably the girl that's actually on something, trying to do something, trying to build something, like, you know what I mean? So, for guys, like, I'm not telling you not to go after the pretty girl, but just try to kill two birds. Like, if you go out, I'm not telling you not to be outside, but if you want to go outside, actually make it worth it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're wasting time. At least make it worth it. Like, if I'm going to go outside and hang out with this girl, not me per se, but if it's a guy going to go out and hang out with this girl, like, at least we're going to talk about, yo, what country do you want to go to? Like, what business you want to start? What do you want to elevate in your job? Everybody not an entrepreneur, but do you want to go from, you know, nurse to doctor? Do you want to go from nurse to practitioner? Like, do you want to go from, position you at to manager? Like, let's have a conversation about something. Otherwise, we just sitting there just
shooting breeze.
Yeah. I never heard it. Yeah. Like, you like the food, I like the food. Like, all right, we going back to the house at the way.
Nah.
You doing it every single day. You just wasted 4 or 5 hours or 2 hours every single day. 2 hours times 7, that's 14 hours. Shoot, you damn near a day a week you just lost.
I think it really comes down to intentionality. Like, I feel like it becomes like you're dating with purpose.
Yeah.
Because every relationship you build can manifest into something. Do you really want to build a relationship with somebody that has nothing worth manifesting?
Or you can't even ask them for something?
You can't eat, like, what's the point of that? Like, you could just say, oh, yeah, I got a good nut out of it, or whatever the case may be, but it's just kind of like, it could have been so much more. Once you start dating with intention, because it all goes back into business. If you're not intentional with your dating, how can you be intentional in your business? How can you be intentional with the brand that you're trying to start? You don't even know who you're appealing to because you don't even know what kind of women you want to go after.
You confused all across the
board. You're confused all across the board. Once you have your avatar painted out, when you have intentionality, you know exactly what you are looking for. It's like my young boy, he came out with me at the convention. He was just like, yo, what should I be doing at the convention? I'm just like, you're here and you don't know what you're looking for? You need to be coming in and have an avatar in your mind. Yo, this is the type of person I want to meet. This is like, if you can look at it like a bingo. Look at it like whenever you're trying to meet people, look at it as a giant game of bingo. You need your B5 to get the bingo. You need to be looking for your B5.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying? Damn. You need to be looking for that missing piece. If you're a real estate developer, all right, maybe I'm looking for more contractors. Maybe I'm looking for more wholesalers. Maybe I'm looking for more lenders. If you're in credit, all right, maybe I'm looking for more hard money lenders or whatever the case may be. Maybe you're in Airbnb, you're looking for more people who are furniture dealers. You need to be going out and meeting with intentionality. Or else you're just, like I said, shooting breeze, wasting time.
Wasting a whole bunch of time. And then also, with a lot of these guys, talking to a whole bunch of different girls, think about, like, can I even ask them for nothing? Not money, but can I ask them for something? Like, if you can't, let's think about it, you talking to 3 different girls, right? And you can't ask them, like, yo, you got a contact for me. Like, yo, like, damn, like, yo, listen, I'm thinking about getting into real estate. Do you know somebody that's in really, like, you don't got no contact. Yo, I'm thinking about, doing this. Do you know, like, they can't give you no contact. No website, no referral, no like, oh, I know a guy, or like, yo, like, I got credit, maybe you can co-sign. Like we both sitting in the dark here, blind leading the blind. Like, let's say my credit not good and her credit's good, then okay, maybe you can make me an authorized use on one of your cars and bump me up. But if your credit is bad, it's like we shooting breeze.
What y'all doing?
Listen. I'm thinking about getting started in business and starting a business or something like that, and she don't got nothing going on. It's like we both sitting in the dark. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking about going ahead and traveling around the world. Oh, I never traveled either. Like you can't refer me to nothing.
That's
look,
crazy.
listen. I'm thinking about I don't know, getting in the. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing something. I can't even get nothing from you. Then a nut off. Like I can't. That's what I mean. Like kill two birds. You talking to something. At least something that's can 100%. Put you on something. I'm thinking about working out. She's fat. I can't babe. I can't get nothing from you.
And just to clarify, like it's not even about using people. It's just. Like we not here shooting breeze,
bro. She asking me for money. She asking me to pay for the bill. She asking me to do this. She asking me to do this. Like, damn, I can't get a contact from you. You don't got no cousin that's flipping
crazy.
houses. Like, god damn. So that's my
crazy.
thing is like I'm on the Kevin Samuels model. Like, bro, you are worth something. You are worth something. So like, you deserve some value back too. That's just where I'm at with it.
That's nah. Mm-hmm. I mean, 100%, 100%. Like you need to be out here with intentionality. Mm-hmm. All right, so let me roll it into this, right? Let me roll into this because I wrote this one down and I wanna hear what you think because this is a big one, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like men who can't control their sexual urges, right? Mm-hmm. Now we just spoke about dating with intentionality, right? Do you feel like men who can't control their sexual urges, like that translates into business?
Hell yeah. Yeah. First off, if you can't control so here's the thing. If you can't control your sexual urges, right? And you in business.
This is gonna be spicy. He gonna say something.
Should this be a whole nother setup?
What time are we on?
I ain't even worried about the time.
No, I mean how long was that one? That one was like 30 minutes?
Should this be a whole new episode or
so yeah,
or should it be chopped?
I mean,
and then just broken up.
We could just like make this
break it up. Oh yeah. All right. So should men
that aren't able to control their sexual urges, men that can't control their sexual urges, right? Mm-hmm. Do you feel like that translates into business?
Yeah, and mentally and physically. One, I'll start with physically because the fact of the matter is more women grinding than men. It's just the fact.
Think so?
Hell yeah.
I don't know about that one.
There's a lot of successful men, but there's a lot more women that grind more than men. A lot of us, we make a good play and it put us on. But I'm gonna be honest with you. In my group, when people buy my courses, mentorships and stuff like that, 80% is women.
That's crazy because it's like 75% women for me too.
Let's not look at the let's look at the data, bro.
I thought it was just my industry.
When I get on when we get on our group calls, women. Closing deals, women. There are men that are making moves, right? And they like a lot of us men, we'll make a move, we'll get a good play, and it kind of put us on. We grind, and also I think it also goes back into like original times from back in the day. A lot of men get more praises, get more jobs, bigger pay, more opportunities than women. I truly believe that. It's not fair, but it is what it is. I don't say it is what it is because I think that should be changed, but that's the fact of the matter. So I think a lot on the front face, it feels like men doing more than women. It's just men get a bigger break sometimes. They make one good move and then it turns into everything. Where women, they gotta do a couple moves before they get some light. They gotta, may possibly even be half naked.
So you're saying they need to be more focused. Is that what you're saying?
Who, men or women?
Women.
Yeah, women might gotta do think about it. Let's put it like this, right? You ever saw Notorious Biggie movie? Yeah. And he was Lil' Kim was rapping and he was like, yo, listen, like people want to see something sexy. She could rap, but now she got to be half naked for her to get got some shine. So I feel like there are a lot of women grinding. You see the data. I see the data. I'm looking at the stats. You know what I mean? But I helped a lot of people buy houses. A lot of people. 80% of them is women.
Wow.
I go to the closing table with not say all, but majority of my mentees. I help people just on the strength. I used to be a real. I have If I go through my phone, closing table pictures, 80% of them
So
are
are
women.
you saying that's because women are better at controlling their sexual urges?
No, I'm about to tie it all in. I'm just saying women grind more.
Okay.
But what I'm saying to tie it in back to business, physically, there are a lot of women that's in the industry of business. So I feel like if a man can't control his sexual urges, he's just going to be shooting his shot at every damn thing behind the scenes.
I see what
it's
you're
a
saying.
lot of men.
They're going to be throwing off their game.
Bro, it's us right here, right? Think about it like this. A lot of women behind the scenes more than we know. It's 2 guys right here, but there's women in this room.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But they only showed us on camera. But it's a lot of women that are always behind the scenes, whether it's assistants, secretaries, other real estate professionals, other staff members, other stuff. There's a lot of women in these buildings. If a man can't control his sexual urges, he's going to be shooting his shot all day long. Unfocused, shooting his shot subliminally or straightforward. So I think that's going to translate into him messing up relationships.
You know what's so crazy? I forgot what the actual statistic is, but it's like men who are married, it's like a percentage that men who are married are typically more successful than single men.
Yeah.
Look at Jay-Z. Not Jeff Bezos anymore, but Jeff Bezos before. He had to cut the check.
Uh-huh.
Bill Gates. The most successful men are married. Mm-hmm. Why? Because they only have to focus on one single. If I only got to keep one woman happy, that makes my life 1,000,000,000 times easier.
Way easier.
Because now all my other attention is when it's not making her happy, it's focusing on my business. It's focusing on growing as a man, as a person, as an individual. But if you out here swinging your meat all over the place, you got to appeal to this one and that one, right? That consumes a lot of your energy.
A lot of time.
A lot of time, a lot of energy.
At the end of the day.
You see what I'm saying?
But yeah, that's why a lot of, like you said, they made an example. P. Diddy and Jay-Z been around for a long time, but Jay-Z hit billionaire status first. They were trying to say because he was married, he's a little bit more focused. It's a fact. Let's not look at things on this crazy scale. Like, look at the bottom line. If it's 24 hours in a day, 8 hours you sleeping, 2-3 hours you driving back and forth, hours between time eating, and then you got work or business, and then you got time you might be with your kids or family, whatever. You only got a little bit of hours left. If you're using that little bit of time left to swing meat, whatever you say, then you don't, like, how are you going to be successful?
How are you maneuvering?
Let's look at the bottom line.
That's
like, so it's not even like this whole mystical thing, like the more women you chase, the less you're successful. It's like the more women you chase, the less time you have.
That's what it is.
Just less time you have.
That's what it is.
It's just a fact of the matter. So, back to what you said, like, I do think that, men who can't control their urges, it does offset in their business because they're shooting this shot every day. They're shooting a shot at a whole bunch of different stuff. And then also, mentally, they can't really focus because they're thinking about sex all day long. Like, it's just like, all right, I got to squeeze this in. Damn near addiction.
So let me ask you this, right? Because I know you've been married for some time now, right? Let me ask you this. So, do you feel like, you got your family now, right? How much more do you think, like, if you could quantify it, how much more do you think on a day-to-day basis you're able to get more done because you only have to focus on one person?
You got a whole lot more done. So first and foremost,
like, how has that changed your mindset? How has that changed you as a businessman?
First and foremost, even if you come home a little earlier than if you didn't have to come home. You get what I'm saying? So let's say, for example, you want to, be home for dinner. You got a wife and a kid. You want to be home for dinner about 6, 7. So if you single, you might stay out till 8 or 9 o'clock. Right. So that means dinner is only let's say an hour, right? So, but if you don't have dinner till 9 o'clock at night because you running around, then 10 o'clock you tired. But if I come home at 6 or 7, eat dinner at 8, that means I got from 8 to midnight to work if I want to. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not even on that light, but sometimes you single, you hang out longer. It's just the fact of the matter.
Right, absolutely.
So you hang out longer, that means you come in the house later. We all get tired. So that means you got less time to work on your stuff. Whereas if you got a family, by right, whether you want to be there or you don't want to hear her mouth, it's one of the two. Either you really want to be home, you want to be home and eat dinner with your family, or like, no, I want to get home because if I stay out late again, I'm going to hear her mouth. Either way, you come home early, which means you got more time to work on.
That's heavy. And you know what's so crazy? Like, a lot of people don't know this, but I took like 2 years off social media, right? Just to focus on my business and whatnot, right?
I like that.
But I realized that I didn't really have to do that. I just had to change who I followed, because when I followed all the IG models, when I followed all the the bad bitches or whatever the case may be, like,
you scrolling for days.
I was focused. I was focused on the wrong things. I was focused.
No, I mean, like, you're scrolling for days for pictures.
Yeah. I thought you was talking.
No, you scrolling through days for pictures.
Oh yeah. Because like, whatever you like the most on social media, it's gonna show you more of that. So it's like, all right, you like this girl, that girl, that girl. It's just gonna keep showing you that, right? But as opposed to you change who you follow, you follow more entrepreneurs, more passive income mindset, things like that. Like, it's gonna show you more of that. So now you get out of that vortex. So I realized when I took that hiatus off social media, I was able to rewind, reset, and retract.
Damn, that's good.
You see what I'm saying? Because now it's just like, all right, cool. I'm focused on the right things. I got out of that. I took that break. I'm out of that. I'm just like, all right, cool. I don't need to see this no more. Focus on my business. Focus on my grind. Now I'm back. I'm reset, and I know what I'm looking for.
You think every man should take a break off the grind?
100%. If he's not where he wants to be.
Okay.
100%. And I say that very loosely, because the thing about it is that where you want to be is obviously arbitrary. It's like, I could be making $100,000 a month and I want to make $100 million. But like, if you, according to standard, like the people around you, you don't really see nobody getting ahead. Maybe you should look inside and start being like, all right, cool. Look, listen, this isn't the right environment for me. Let me take a step back. Let me take a step back, rewind, reset, and rethink what I'm really, really doing right now, so that I can relaunch and go ahead to where I want to be.
Have some patience with yourself.
You see what I'm saying? But it starts with, like I said, I took a hiatus off social media because I realized I was focusing on the wrong things. Looking at all the bad bitches, that's not getting me nowhere.
No,
it's making me lust more and want more of that. I might want more of that. I don't need more of that.
Nah.
I need to get this bag. I need to get this paper. That's what I want. That's what's going to take me to the next level. Because at that time, I'm out here in my apartment, first apartment, 24 years old, sleeping on clothes. Like, what? What type of life is that? I'm eating cup noodles every single day? That's not the vibes.
She's not even going to want to come over to that.
That's what I'm saying. But like, I was able to take that step back, and now it's just kind of like, all right, look, listen, I'm focused on my business. I'm focused on my self-development. I'm focused on reading. I'm meditating. I'm drinking my lemon water, whatever the case I got to do, right? Now, I can become a more high-value man. I started within myself. I've become a more high-value man. Now, and that high-value man is not going to be out here chasing ass all over the place. He's going to be focused on his business. He's going to be focused on his grind. He's going to be focused on his work. Now, I can attract more top-tier women.
I'm about to say, they're looking for you now.
They looking for
you
me.
Like, do I feel like it?
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Now, because you raised yourself as a man, now you have top-tier women coming after you. So now it goes back to what we said originally. You can have your cake and eat it too. Now you're getting the pretty women that also are chasing a bag. You're getting it both ways.
You see, killing two birds with one stone.
Killing two birds with one stone.
And then also with men, like, start having standards. Like you said, look, listen, I got to work first. I got to do my business. I got to set up for my events first. We hang on after the fact. Enough of that, she's going to fall off and she's going to be like, damn, can I help you with your events?
Yeah.
Can I? Is one or the other is going to happen. So always lead with, I have to handle my responsibility first.
Oh, yeah.
A woman either going to love that or she's going to hate you because you don't got enough time. But that's eventually going to put the line right in between of, you need to go out this door, and then, okay, now you need to stay, and then we can build, we can do more things. So I always say to men, I tell like a lot of my little cousins and stuff, I got a guy little cousins, and I always tell them like, look, listen, start with your business first. She comes after that. You know what I mean? Until you get to the point where like you got a wife and stuff like that's a different conversation. But right now, she comes after the fact. You handle your business, you handle your stuff first. Tell her like, I'll text you when I'm done this. They're going to flock to that. And if they don't, that means they're not really like, yo, stop doing that. Let's hang out. Come on, baby. Hey, that don't sound right coming out your mouth. So
that's heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy. A woman that could respect the grind and the hustle, that's a whole different conversation. That's a whole different conversation because now it's like now we aligned. We on the same type of time.
We can build now. Now we leading more to like, okay, maybe this might go somewhere. If you wanted to go somewhere. But they got options. Now you can, you know what I mean? Like, I'm big on options. I'm heavy big on options. I'm heavy big on options. You gotta have options in life. Now you like, all right, do I want to go somewhere? But I know I got something that's worth going somewhere. You see what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Options is heavy because now you're not settling. Anything that settles at the bottom.
Nah. I got some heavy. The guy can now say, I got some work. Like I got something like she's solid. Not we just scrambling around. So I got some solid.
Honestly, you know what's crazy? I feel like being in business made me a better man in a relationship.